Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to episode 2 of Worldwide Rush, where we're creating our very own transportation company, and we've started in the United Kingdom. Last episode went really well. We began our journey in Birmingham, which is now a level 4 city, boys, looking so damn good right now in my hometown, and we expanded our network across the majority of England and created our first plane route over to our first new country in Ireland. Well, today we're going to continue the expansions. We got quite a bit of cash in the bank right now, and I mentioned in the last episode that we were going to look at extending and changing some of these bus routes and sorting them into train routes. It can carry a lot more passengers, we will make a lot more money, and that will solve a lot of the demands. Now, if you did enjoy the first episode and you want to see more episodes of this little demo, I'm not sure how long it's going to be, make sure you smash that like button down below, subscribe if you are new around here so you do get notified when more episodes do come out. Now, we've got a couple of goals that we got to complete. We've got to transport 5,000 people, which we'll get there at some point. That's a goal where you just let it kind of tick along. But I need to build a hub in Dublin so we can then pretty much connect up a lot of Ireland. It did want me to build a hub in Newcastle in the last episode, but I think since I've now reloaded the save, I think maybe the goals change. But they want me to connect up Poole and Canterbury all to London as well. So we got a lot of stuff that we need to do. So let's first focus then on these couple of goals here before we take our first step into trains. So let's create a new line. Have we got any new buses lately? We've got the Arcalod. We'll grab that. We're going to go from London to... The first one wants to be Poole or Canterbury. We'll go to Poole first. Build a road. Want a bit of cash and create that line. And then we'll create our next one. So selecting the same bus from London all the way to Canterbury. There we go. Build the road. Create that line. So as soon as I created my company in Birmingham, London is getting all the love at the minute, which is wild. Makes me wonder whether I should have just kind of created it in London to begin with. But that will now start transporting the passengers, but also he wants me to now start looking at creating a hub in Dublin. So let's do that. And this is where my Irish expansions potentially could begin. So, to get the bonus for Dublin, it wants me to connect all destinations in the management rest. So, that is connected to Manchester, Waterford, and Belfast. Right, so Waterford is all the way down here. Let me see if I can get these done as well. This would actually be a kind of a little bit of a bonus right now if I can do this. So Dublin to Waterford, which is... Where's Waterford? Have I scrolled past it? There we go. It was right at the top there. Now, this is investing a lot of infrastructure money right now into Ireland. The other one was Manchester, which that's going to have to be another plane journey, I'm afraid. That really is. Unless I do a bus route from another city... and then they just kind of travel that way. That's a sneaky way of doing it, isn't it, boys? Right, let's go from Dublin to Belfast here. Build the road and create that route right now. Wow, the expansions in Ireland and Northern Ireland are actually real right now, boys. Right, so what can we do with Manchester? Now, Manchester really wants to go to places like Sheffield and Newcastle as well. Now, I could do a small little line to Sheffield. So if I go Birmingham... Sorry, not Birmingham. If I go from... Where is it right now? Where's Manchester? Manchester, where are you? There you are. Add city, which will be Sheffield. Build a small little road. And I do not have enough wealth. Oh, wow. I really don't have enough wealth right now. Wait, why is it that much money? Wait, hold on. Is that because it's going to turn Manchester into a hub? Oh, I think it might be. Can I not just create a line? No, I don't think you can. You've got to create all routes from a hub, don't you? Maybe I can go from Birmingham to Manchester? London to Manchester? Do you know what? We'll go from London to Manchester. Let's just make it easier, seeing as London is the be-all, end-all at this moment in time. Right, where's Manchester now on this list? There we go. Got my vehicle selected, haven't I? Yeah, and create that line. There are no travellers between the two cities. Are you sure you want... Okay, no. There isn't no any... There's no travellers, is there? No. I don't want to turn Manchester into a hub. Will I lose out on my bonus if I don't do this? Potentially. Nobody in Birmingham wants to get to Manchester. It's Sheffield or Newcastle. Now, I'll hold out on that. We'll hold out and see what can happen. Now, I've since spent all my money right now to kind of change up my vehicle routes to a train line, but that's okay. We should quite easily and quite quickly get our money back. It should be fairly quick and fairly simple. Now, I wonder if I can kind of complete these bonuses before it gets done. If I don't complete the bonuses, it's not the end of the world, but at least we've done some expansions in Dublin and in Ireland and Northern Ireland anyway, which will kind of take great effect. So, if I was to completely switch out the bus route from Birmingham to London, how much would that cost me, theoretically? So, if I was to change the vehicle for a train, and look at that, 900,000. Oh my goodness me, okay, right. Just seeing the cost of the train alone is wild. Before I even look at building the train line itself. Damn. So there's a couple of vehicles here we do need to make more profitable. I think that will come as time continues, so I'm not going to stress too much. We've got to fulfill the Birmingham demand, which is now going from London, Sheffield, Dublin, Oxford. That's an interesting one. Newcastle. I think it is then maybe the right idea to look at creating that train route leading all the way up to Newcastle. It's going to be a tough one, isn't it? It is going to be a tough one, this. And Galway to Dublin. Where's... Oh, there it is. There's Galway there. That could be a pretty easy route to do, but I've got to now do it. I've got to bite the bullet, and we've got to build this. So I think we're going to have to, like I said, bite the bullet. And if I turn Manchester into a hub, if I turn Newcastle into a hub, I can do a 4-city train route here. I could basically build HS2 in a slightly different direction to these 4 cities. Them 4 cities become the main hubs. Birmingham for the Midlands, Manchester for semi-north, Newcastle for north and Scotland, London for the south, and also international destinations, and then they're all linked up by a train line. Yes. So how much is that going to cost me just for the hubs alone? So the hub for Manchester is 782,000. I'll build that. The hub for Newcastle is going to be 782,000 as well, which I can also build that. So by building the hubs, we can now create lines from them. Very good, very good, very good. Now, if I build and slowly try and build the train lines, so if I go from Birmingham to Newcastle, a train line there is 204,000 big ones. So if I create that rail line, yikes, and then a rail line from Birmingham to London is 335. Oh my goodness me, that is wild, isn't it? It is going to be wild. But if I split the train, London to Manchester, no, I now need Birmingham to London. Was it a good idea to do it like that, or should I just kind of build the rails a little bit differently? 400,000 to build the rails. We'll fast forward on our fastest speed to get that money coming in. Right, there we go. Build the rails. Right. So that's been built. It's like a sneaky way to do it, isn't it? To Manchester. Where's Manchester on this list? Right. How do I delete rails? Because obviously that is not what we thought it would be. Demolish rails. It will do. It will do none the least. So then how much to go from Birmingham to Newcastle? That will cost me 534,000. Right, let's see what we can do here, boys, to get that money coming in right now. We're going to predominantly go super fast, boys. There we go. Build the rails. Now, with only having to buy one train, that will save me a lot of money on the journey. Providing that it can do that is the different thing. So, if I started in London, we travel to Birmingham. We then travel to Manchester on this line, which is just there. We then go to Newcastle. Then, right, we've got to go back to Manchester. Or will it not let me do that? Does it not work like that? Can I not add a city, or does it go all the way down there and then come all the way back and then back up again? Is that how it works? Or do I create another one that goes the opposite direction? Maybe. Journey time is quite big. Basically, it creates a loop, doesn't it? Maybe this is what I do until I can obviously eventually have it going from city to city when I can afford it. Now, this is going to cost me 1 million big ones. Okay, this is going to cost me one... Oh, we've missed out on those goals. We've missed out on those goals right now. Right, that's fine. That's fine. But I'm waiting for 1 million big ones to get into the bank. This is going to be one hell of a route right now, boys. One hell of a route. Right, we can afford it. We're going to create it. Our first train line now underway. Right, the Birmingham to Manchester line is a straight line. I'm not quite sure how I feel about that, whether it's meant to be like that. But there we go. There we go. So the fulfillment in Birmingham right now, it will get people going to Newcastle. Very good. So optimize the vehicle. That should eventually be optimized. How do I view the vehicle? It's this one here. Now, that is not always making profit by the looks of it, is it? Maybe we downgrade the size of the vehicle? Replace it with a smaller one, so it's cheaper to run. Maybe then it could do it. So, potential to upgrade. Yep, we'll go with you. You're the Sheffield to Birmingham route. And the London to Bristol route. We'll replace you. Nice. And hopefully we'll get through the Birmingham demand very, very slowly. So this train right now is a... Wow! 108 people are currently on it. It's not as... I think it's as fast as the buses. I made 26 big ones. 44 big ones right now. It's now transporting up to Manchester. Dropping off. Wow, trains make money. So 150 people on right now, which are all mainly going to Newcastle. So you can see why it would be ideal to have trains maybe then individually. So we're going back in both directions. But this is now travelling... Does it stop in Manchester, or does it now go all the way back to London? If it doesn't go all the way to London, it stops in Manchester. That's done what I need it to do. Oh, okay. That actually works out how I thought it was going to work out. It doesn't just go there and come all the way back. So I can just add another vehicle to this. Worst case scenario. So I think we might need to add another train to this line. Because it's quite busy. My question would be, though, will it take away from the vehicle route? That's something that we're going to have to keep our eyes on. Now, Newcastle to Liverpool is a route that we now need to create. Same as Dublin to Manchester. Now, I wonder if I can make Liverpool go to Manchester. And that's how we then get them to crisscross over. So, add a city, Manchester. And then that's going to go to Liverpool, sorry. I want to see if this works or not. It could be the wrong thing to do, but I want to see if it does. Build a road, create it. I know there's no demand, but let me just see what happens. So picking it, yeah, it does work. It does work. It just passes them to the next line, which by the way we've got it set up, will transport them via train. Right, we're creating knock-on effects right now, knock-on connections. This is amazing. Now, let's go from Manchester, or go Dublin to Manchester, and that will be a plane route, and that will alleviate the pressures. So if I do planes, and we'll go for this one, because it carries 8. That will alleviate some pressures on the London route, and having a second plane coming from Ireland. Oh, this is going really well. This is honestly going really, really well right now. Okay. Okay. Right, is that train busy still? Let me see this train pop back out again. Right, I'm going to duplicate and add a second one. Can I do it? I can't afford it yet, right? There we go, a second train on the line. We might need to reevaluate some of our bus routes shortly because of these train lines are doing so good. Right, Douglas to Newcastle is a new route, which is... Where's Douglas? Oh, it's here. Oh, do you know what I could do? Is create a shipping route. This is on the Isle of Man, isn't it? To Liverpool, which will then take it all the way up to Newcastle eventually. Is this going to be my first shipping route? It actually is. Right, Liverpool, which problem is I'm going to have to turn Liverpool into a hub city. Do you know what? I actually can't do it. I can't do it yet, boys. Unless I brought them to Dublin. That would be kind of weird to go from there to... yeah, I get what it means. I get it. I could plane it over. But I'm not too worried about that, if I'm being honest with you, boys. I'm not too worried about that at the moment. Main focus is just making sure that we're making money. Right, the 2 trains are making cash. 2 planes are making cash. We are actually losing money on the buses. So this bus here that goes from Liverpool to Manchester, it theoretically can only make money in one direction, and that's if people from Liverpool want to transport somewhere. But as of right now, it is really not making any money. I only did that to kind of complete a goal, but now it's just not doing anything. So I reckon we're going to delete you and get some money back. Another route that's losing cash is our London to Bristol line. That's losing money because it might be just too big. So if I downgrade the bus, less expenses, it could then turn a profit. Then we've got the bus from London to Nottingham. Apparently there's not much demand on this. Now that could be because is there a Birmingham to Nottingham route? I don't think there is, but they could be coming from a different direction to get to Nottingham. I could be wrong. And we're just not really seeing that demands. Maybe. Right, next then, Newcastle to Liverpool connect. They really want their own connection, don't they? Which I get it, because that's where they want to go. So... But then again, if I put this route back in again, that should... Why would that not work in the first place, is the question. I'm not too sure. Right, let's add a city in Newcastle, add to Liverpool, set up the buses, build a road, and create. So they want to go by a bus, they can go by bus. Right, Galway wants to become a hub city as well. And then we go from Galway to Dublin. So this should be fairly easy to do right now. Dublin to Galway, on a bus, build a road, create. Right, simple, easy, effective. But Galway's got a few places it also wants to go as well. Up to, is it Silgo? I'm not too sure. But let me now go Galway to... Where is it? There we go. On a bus. Might be too big, this. Oh, I've picked Newcastle. No wonder it does not working right there. Right, where is it? Galway. How did I get that wrong? I was about to say that was looking quite expensive building a road that far. Won't be able to build a road, mind you, but it looked like it was going to be quite far, that. Right, and then the other one was Birmingham, obviously, wasn't it? Now, I don't have a direct route to Birmingham. Would it be worth creating a plane route to Birmingham? Is there that much demand going to be going to Birmingham? Or do I hope that they take them via bus? Tricky one, right? Tricky one. Well, we didn't get the bonuses, but we did complete the main goals. Now, fulfill the Birmingham demand. London, Sheffield, Dublin, Oxford. We're not really going to Oxford, are we? Oh, there's a lot of demand to Sheffield, isn't there? A lot of demand. Right, that Sheffield line. Where's the bus that goes to Sheffield? Do we have a bus that goes to Sheffield? Do we? You're London to Nottingham. I don't think we have a line that goes to Birmingham to Sheffield. Birmingham to Sheffield. Add a bus in. Create that route. I could be wrong. I honestly could be wrong. But I'm not too sure, if I'm being honest with you. Not too sure. Right, what needs to be optimized for profit right now? This is the Nottingham to London line. Right, we're going to downgrade it. And hopefully that will make a bit more money. Field demand of London as well. Any new places for London? Hull. Right. Do you reckon it's now worth us switching the train lines over? Because it would also help me look towards creating better routes. There's a lot of people want to go to Hull. A lot of people want to go to Peterborough as well. Does that Peterborough bus need upgrading? It already carries 18. Now, what if I had a train on it went from London, Cambridge, Peterborough to Hull? Oh, that could be a wild line. Right, that would also kill off a lot of issues then as well. So if I go London to Cambridge to Peterborough to Hull, and if I was going to do it via a train, of course, that will, to build the rail first will be quite some dollar bills. And then I need 1.3 million, which we're actually not that far off. And if I sell the buses going to Peterborough, that will save me a lot of money. So, wait for the dollar bills to come in. And then if I get the bus that goes here, so delete you. Can you delete road? I don't quite know if you can, like, physically delete the road because I no longer want it. I think the road's permanently now there, right? But that's a back and forth train right now, which should do fairly well. It should do fairly well. To the point where we might need a second train on that. But then also looking at seeing if I can connect up to other destinations. And trying to get them train lines to crisscross. So Nottingham wants to go to Sheffield. I could do it. Does Manchester want to go to Sheffield? Does Sheffield want to go to Nottingham and Manchester? I could do a line from Manchester to Sheffield to Nottingham, which crisscrosses all of these two big northern up and down lines. Yeah. I just don't know how you would... I don't think you can get rid of an existing road, can you? Oh, wait. Do I do it like this? I think once it's built, you can't do anything, right? Maybe that's how it works. Yeah. Right, so build a hub in Liverpool. Okay, that now wants a hub. We'll accept it. Okay, which now means if I pull it back into play mode, we can... Where they also want to go to Lancaster. So I'll build a bus route to Lancaster from Liverpool. To Lancaster. And then I gotta select it as... We'll do a road vehicle, a bus, and build road, create that line. Douglas to Newcastle. This could be done via a ship coming to Liverpool. That goes then directly to Newcastle. Saves us a journey. So let's do it. Let's, for the first time then, create a little shipping route. A water taxi from Liverpool to Douglas. Where's Douglas on this list? Douglas is... Have I gone past it and not realised? Why can I not see Douglas? Oh, there it is. There's Douglas. And create that. Now, it didn't have the connection it wanted, but it should pick up the people I need it to. So it still should do the job for me. Then we've got to go from Lancaster to Newcastle. So I know it's a direct route that what they want. Lancaster to Newcastle's done because people have been transported. And that's what we're hoping will continue. So, is there anywhere else I can replace some of these vehicle routes? I'm not quite sure. A lot of people want to go to Dublin from Birmingham, so I might have to think about creating an airline next as well. Right, where's this boat? There we go. I'm about to say coming out of Liverpool. We should see it pick up a load of people in Douglas. Okay, we've missed out on that goal anyway. But it's bringing 20 people back, which will then go on their further journeys. Right, Birmingham indirect traffic problem. We need to sort out Birmingham to Dublin, don't we? So, if I was to create the route from Birmingham to Dublin, and do it via planes, of course, I could do it fairly cheap with this plane, without costing me too much cash, which will then take a little bit of a heat off the travellers, but the plane isn't really that high of a capacity to move that many people. So in reality, boys, it's all systems go right now, isn't it? It's all systems go. But we've got train lines. We've got ship routes. Hopefully people will be transported to where they need to go. And everything should be working. It should be working. Well, I'll have a little fast forward so we can get these both now done. It's working to a certain degree. But can I get both of these goals now done? No. There should be a timer to let me know how long I've got left to get them done. But we might be moving into Wales next, yes. Yes. Right. Let's break it down for a quick second because it might be getting slightly out of hand right now. So there's a couple of lines that do lose a little bit of money. Some of these lines don't even make any money. I think it all depends on what time and when they're dropping people off for when it makes cash. So maybe we're looking at it at the wrong moment. Trains are making money. Planes... Again, it's all dependent on when the drop-off point is, isn't it? Yeah. It's a weird moment to look at it, as the new day's just started. So, Peterborough, Hull is connected, Dublin is connected, Birmingham's connected on that. So, this is one of those ones where you just fast forward and the goal will get done pretty quickly. But they want me to create a hub in Swansea, and people from Swansea want to go to Cardiff, and obviously towards London. Does anybody in London want to go to Cardiff? I'm not too sure. But I can afford a hub. I'll create from Swansea to Cardiff a bus route. There we go. Build a road. Create that line. And then... Anybody from Bristol want to go to Cardiff? Yes. I mean Swansea, sorry. But what if I go and... Do I do a train route here? Because of the distance, it might be better to do a train route. But I don't think I want to go down that route just yet. So we'll go Swansea to London via a vehicle. Build the road. Create. And then they're connected. There's potential for an upgrade here, which is making this bus bigger. Another upgrade, making this bus bigger. Those are all done. Just gotta wait for the demand to be fulfilled. Especially on London. Before the day ends. Can it be done, or will this goal not get completed? No, we missed out on that goal. What a shame. What a shame. But Birmingham demand needs to be fulfilled. A hub in Edinburgh is next. And vehicle optimization for profitability. So it might be a case we just got to let them run to make money. But we could be looking towards upgrading and moving to Edinburgh next. We really, really look like we are. Right, there's a lot going on right now. The micromanagement is slightly getting a little bit real at this point. So we got to look to ways in which we can become slightly more efficient, while also making sure everybody is going in the right directions. So we'll have to see if any of the lines aren't making much profit. This makes money, but it's all dependent on bringing people back, you know, across the water and over. A dedicated route to Newcastle is obviously on the cards, and doing a train line going up might be the best option. But I gotta make sure that everybody crisscrosses. Everybody here wants to go to London. So a train line down to Brighton and then all the way down there. We're gonna have to switch more over to trains. We really, really are gonna have to look at doing that. Right. This is still doing pretty well. Somehow, we're doing well on all the train routes. The trains make more money than anything else. Let that sink in right now. Trains are our friends. Right, guys, we're going to end it here right now. We've done pretty well on the expansions. Will we be moving to another country at some point? I don't quite know if we're able to. I'm not quite sure what the demo's limitations are going to be. Whether we're able to move to another country or maybe we're just kind of limited to this area. Who knows? But what I do know is we're in England, we're in Northern Ireland and Ireland. We've just expanded to Wales. The only technical country left that we've got, you know, to go to is Scotland. Right. Things are about to get interesting. If you want to see another episode, guys, make sure you smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you are new so you get notified when the next episode does come out. But big Scottish expansions coming in the next episode. Until next time, I see you all soon. So goodbye.